So we've got body composition testing coming up first, and then we have the LT test, which all this is going to start right about now. So thanks for being patient, folks. We got some technical
Ready to
Yep.
rock and roll here?
Let's do this.
I don't want you to step on quite yet. I like to be thorough, so
All right.
I know you don't have a pacemaker. I know you're not pregnant.
Nope.
Just you I would ask.
Rock.
And then
glad
you
to hear
did
that.
avoid exercise for the last 6 to 12 hours.
Yes, I did.
Eating for 3 to 4 hours.
Yes.
No alcohol, caffeine in the last 24.
Correct.
Good for you. Okay. All right. So what you need to do is wipe off your hands and feet. And we got no rings yet.
No, none.
Not yet.
Still available, Rocco.
Be still my beating heart, Wes.
So you want to wipe off hands and feet, so that's what cleans and sanitizes, and then is also going to help with the conduction when your hands and feet are on the sensors.
Perfect.
And you have done this before.
I've been on one of these
Not
before.
this one.
But not this one, yes.
All right, so you know then first thing you just step on,
Yep.
and it's going to get your weight.
Measuring your weight.
Just make sure your feet are all the way on.
Weight measurement is completed.
193.7 off season.
Cell phone with area code.
Guess I shouldn't actually film that, huh?
Input your personal information. Then press enter.
So it's height, age.
The gentleman never tells his age.
I'm sure.
Place your heel on the rear sole electrode.
So yes, this
Grab the handle.
this
Actually,
actually
you
this
wanna
one you're
spin
going to
that
back
around
foot,
so
but
we can see
this
it.
what's this foot you're going to back up a little bit,
Electrode.
and then I'll hand you these.
Your arms straight.
And if we need to move the table, we can.
Your arms must not touch the sides of your body.
Yeah, so thumbs on the sensors,
Yep.
and then relax your arms and hold them out. And this is if you want to actually. Yeah, there you go.
Starting your in-body test.
There's the music, and you'll be done shortly.
Excellent.
The test is completed.
Want to live shot the screen, Rocco?
And then results will print.
Did it record that?
Ooh, what's up? 11.2% body fat.
Oh, nice.
Looks like I'm back to modeling.
Plus or minus, what's the
This is
margin
also your
area?
stand-up comedian.
I love this machine. I'm
You
done.
always have a show.
Oh yeah.
You're done. Yeah. So socks
Cool.
and shoes can go back on.
Sweet.
So this is a nice just 2-minute test that we can easily incorporate in with the lactate threshold test.
Whoa.
Do you want the brief scan of review of results?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we've got a 1-page summary sheet here. Total body water, dry lean mass, which is muscle and bone, fat mass, all summed together for your weight. And then in the muscle fat analysis, you're either under, over, or normal. For weight, you're in the over there, but let's look at your muscle mass.
Uh-oh.
That's only tells that's one line in the page. So muscle mass is also over, significantly over, and body fat mass is in the normal. And Wes, your overall profile, we say when this graph looks like a D, the way yours is shaped,
Yep.
that's ideal results. You want muscle mass to be bigger than this bar to be bigger than the weight in the body fat mass. What we see too much of, unfortunately, is the reverse, where it's a C shape, where weight and body fat mass are the longer graphs and skeletal muscle mass is lower. So you've got the curve that you want to have.
Excellent.
And you are that athlete that they always talk about whose BMI is actually in that over category, but percent body fat is low. And one of the questions that we already got from Rylan was, what is the percent error with this machine.
Right.
With this machine, and then with any body composition machine that we have, our best technology is still off by 1 or 2%. And as we go down the list from our top end body composition models down to this one, we see about 5% error with this.
Right.
So we say if you're going to get really excited or mad about
Right.
your results,
Right.
you have to have a change of 4% or more.
Gotcha.
So because now one thing that I am pleased with this machine is that you can step on here in a week, and I don't expect much body composition changes between you today and you in a week.
Right.
And this is going to produce consistent results.
So
because
it's the
We've
consistency.
seen that with consistency, which is reliability. So we can trust this machine, and we can trust tracking you on this machine. But if you do this, or you do a bod pod, you do a DEXA, and then there's all sorts of even funnier models that will methods that are going to give you body composition. So you can't really take that percent body fat number to heart and
Right.
live by it, because it is going to change machine to machine.
Right.
Well, but this is also good if somebody gets tested regularly. Like, I know where I usually fall. Like, had this come in at 9 or 18, I would be like, I've never been 9, and I haven't been 18 for 15 years. But the fact that I kind of know that I'm usually in that 10 to 14 range, once I think, with the consistency and then kind of knowing your own body, you start to realize
So
it's a good
yes,
gauge
when I
on
say
where you are.
This may be off by 5%, but you're in that ballpark. Everybody who has tested on this has said it's a reasonable number.
Yep.
It may be on the lower side, but then we've also seen some people that have been on the higher side. When I did the DEXA, I had the exact same body fat percentage on this as the DEXA.
Right.
So we just don't know with each person who steps on the machine if you're going to be off by 1% or off by 5%.
Sure.
But I want to keep going here, because one of my favorite things that the InBody offers is this segmental lean analysis. So what this does is it compares left arm, left leg versus right arm, right leg. And so if there's a discrepancy of 3% in the arms, or 4 or 5% between the legs, we can say that's a significant difference, and that's where you'd have to be concerned about potential injury. So arms, there's no difference with that 9.92 and 9.99. Legs, you do have a difference that I would pay attention to.
Right.
So I don't know if you've had any injuries on the right leg, or if you tend to work your left leg more, or if you notice that in any of your strength training.
Well,
'Cause that's-
so funny enough, I toe off with my left leg, and over the course of the years, you can actually see the calf difference. That's
Maybe I have to come from behind, but I will take your word on that. So this
Yeah.
isn't a surprise to you.
no, my left calf is
Yeah, it's pretty
over
close.
an inch.
Pretty close to
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes complete
So
sense.
you thought that, and that's what you're seeing here. So more of a reason than why
Yep.
you might want to work on that right leg, and you know what to do when it comes to that. And so if you were to be tested on this device again, that's the biggest thing that we're going to be looking for in your results, is that you start to even out with left leg and right leg.
Cool.
But let's also highlight how you see these over 100% in each of these categories, meaning that you are strong enough to support you're more than strong to support your body weight.
Okay, good.
So those are great numbers there. And then this is the portion of the report that will start to trend your results as you test on this machine over time.
Cool.
So it's a nice one-page, simple, I think easy to understand result sheet. But of course, if you had any other questions, you could always let me know. This doesn't recommend that you lose any fat, and your body composition is good.
Excellent.
There's more in that basic. Everything we discussed is spelled out simply here. So you'll get to take that home.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well done. Ready for the
Step
wedding?
1, I'm ready for the wedding, yes. Step 1, done. Step 2.
The fun part.
The fun part.
Right. Sheet there.
I didn't realize you served beer and pizza while you did a lactic
Is
test.
that not working?
No, you're
It's
fine.
just
I just
for
wanna make
crew.
sure that
We're
it's still
still
picking
on.
up here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
We're
we're still
always always on.
We're still live.
Oh, you know.
Excuse my reach. Do you want to jump that over here into this corner?
Let's do that. Okay.
That way we get a good view of him dying on the vine.
Right?
Well, I do want to do a resting lactate before we even do any bike things, so Les, you can just sit right there. I'm going to bring this table over to you.
This is the watch that you're going to use. See how that works.
Perfect.
And you have had one of these done before, but
No, I've
Never?
never. Nope, I have not done
all
this.
right. Today's a great day.
I haven't done VO2 Max
Video.
either.
You need to hang out with me more.
I know. I'm all
We'll
excited.
get that done.
Actually,
So this could be the bachelor party.
Yeah.
There's no other flavor. I mean, you've got.
I mean, what more could you want?
Oh yeah.
right?
Thanks for letting me crash.
Blood, bikes, and Rocco. Sounds like Vegas.
Too much of cooking, right?
Alright, we don't have to.
Is that heart rate picking up on that watch? Because that's my watch with his heart rate monitor.
Can you get it to the heart rate
Sure.
setting?
Sure. Thought we had everything.
So are we looking for a spike in lactate, or is there a certain number we're looking for to determine lactate threshold?
Good question. I will be watching as you go for a substantial increase. So call it a spike. But
Okay.
I use the wording, significant difference from one level to the next level. And so while I'm watching it, there may be some jumps as you start getting working harder.
Yep.
But until we graph it, can we really see where the lactate starts to increase
Gotcha.
exponentially? So that to me is the best way to do it for an individual. But there's that Tour de France paper that I did send to Rhineland. There's so many different methods for what you want to identify as that point for what's considered the threshold. And some people do use 4. So I don't know if you were getting at that.
Why that's what I didn't know, if you're like, we're waiting till you hit 4 and we'll know.
So 4 is if there's any one number that people use as the number to look at, it would be what power are you at a lactate level of 4.
Okay.
And I don't use that though. I look at it and we can report it, and if you want to know it, I can show you that. But I don't think it works for the individual because I'm done at 4. I'm not anaerobic. I don't go to the track. I don't do that side of training like I should.
Right.
So when I get to 4, game over. And you will see that on my graphs that my threshold occurs before that. And so as you work with different athletes, you see different curves, and everybody has a different profile.
Gotcha.
So if you were just to use one number of 4, it's not the best way for the individual. But I can see how if you're a rowing coach and your team is all going through the same training, they're basically one cohort of your athletes,
Right.
and you want to see, well, what's everybody at 4? That's an easy way to
Got
kind
it.
of look at the group and start
That
to
makes sense.
start to rank your team. So
Yeah.
I can see how there's value for using 4, but when working with individual athletes where everybody's coming in with a
Gotcha.
different sort of training background profile, that's why we just look at your graph.
Cool.
So long answer with that.
Nope. Good.
All right. And it's actually going to be your left hand because of where we'll be out on the bike here, and 58 when you're about to get pricked is a pretty low heart rate.
You're a music coach, Wes.
Dude, I am.
What is your normal resting heart rate? Did you pay attention to that?
It's in the 40s usually.
I I'd say all those tattoos you've been pricked by the tiny needle once or twice. Just test.
I still don't like it though, man. Like,
Really?
this totally bums me out.
It's coming.
I had
but
to-
I know you'll be fine.
I had to go and get a full blood panel like a month ago,
Yeah.
and so she's getting out the tubes,
Right.
and she's rummaging through the tubes, and she's like, "Oh, I need another box." And I'm thinking, how many fucking tubes of blood are you taking? So I start getting all a little
Nervous.
panic. Yeah.
Right.
And so she injects me, or puts the needle in there,
Right.
and it's going and going, and she's got like a job to do. So
Right.
she wasn't the most. Her bedside manner
Right.
wasn't really there.
Right.
And so I'm like looking out a window, and then my brain starts doing funny things, you know.
Mhm.
So I started just talking to her randomly. I'm like, "So, nice day outside. Wow, blah, blah, blah. Look at that scarf on that girl out there. Wow, she looks pretty. Oh, wow, that guy's car is awesome." And she's like, "Are you doing all right, sir?" I don't know what I am just rambling. I'm like, "I'm all good, blah, 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 blah." She's like, "Just a couple more to go."
That's
Ended up
funny.
being like 10 tubes, but then she's like, "I need you to verify the name and social security on all the tubes." So I had to look at the tubes of blood, which I've never done before. And I'm like, "Please don't pass out. Please don't pass out."
No socks for you?
No.
All right, so that was 0.9, so you came in rested for this test. When people are 1.1, then we might say, or 1 over 1.1, then we might say that you didn't really do a good job tapering for this test.
Okay.
But, and that could affect the results if you're not fully rested. But 0.9 is a good place to be.
Nope, I rested. Should I get on the bike?
Yes, please.
All right.
Cool.
You're doing great. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff. Remember, it's all small stuff.
You're a good dad. The father figure here.
He really is.
Somebody's got to be responsible. You were on the podcast. You know how it goes. And that was the polished version of these three.
I can only imagine. So I told you yesterday how you're gonna provide your perceived exertion score 6 through 20. So right now, you're probably at a 6.
100%.
And then just as we get going, just give me a number.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
Jump on the Facebook Rocko and send out like log in and promo because it looks like only 2 people. You know what I mean? Yep. I made some posts earlier, but we're not as good at promotion as we should be.
It's fine, they can always watch later. But thank you to those who are watching.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. We can.
Shout out, discount on your lactate test
You heard it, folks.
on Wes's protocol.
Right. I think those
Wes,
shoes
are you
are
ready?
about 20 watts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, I am.
Got your tunes?
Yes.
I can also add your profile in here before we get started here. What was height?
6 foot.
6 for you.
A long time ago.
Yeah, that's a You just tell me when you're ready to rock
Yep,
and
I'm
roll.
ready to rumble.
Okay, 150 watts.
3, 2, 1, go.
We won't be live until I take you up to 150. You feel the difference there?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
We're on.
Excellent.
Finally. This is the show.
This
Maybe
is the show.
8:35, but this is what we wanted to get to. So you felt the resistance add, but it's still pretty easy.
Yes.
All right.
Yep, so we're riding at 150 watts to start out. And you said we're going to bump up every 4 minutes?
Every 4 minutes.
Every 4
so
minutes,
at about the
25
third,
watts.
once we get to the third minute within each level, I'm going to start writing numbers down. So your heart rate, your RPE, and then we'll get your finger ready for the lactate sample. Since there was that gap between just doing a finger prick and now, not that it was that long, but I might have to prick you again, and then we'll just see how much you bleed.
Gotcha. Then when can we turn the fan on now?
We can turn the fan on now.
Perfect.
Sorry I didn't get that on earlier.
No problem.
I'm just gonna go ahead and volunteer right now. I've got a multitude of pocket knives handy, so if he's not bleeding.
We won't do that to you on your bachelor party.
Thank you. Yes, the
Doesn't
bachelor
get any
party.
more raucous than this, does it?
How have you gotten away all these years without one of these?
I know. Yep, I've never done it.
So we go 4 minutes at 150 and then we bump to 175?
Yes. You just got a text message from Lance that he doesn't see the event until we're there.
Yeah, we got
I saw it.
yeah, we got
I saw it.
Paragus and Paul. Got a third person who hasn't commented.
Going no jersey to save the weight and missing the advertising opportunity.
My sponsors aren't happy.
How
Might
does
get you
150
more sponsors after this test.
There we go.
A stellar result.
How does 150 feel right now?
Feels
That's
What am
exactly
I?
what I was going to ask.
very light.
Number 9.
Yeah. What is Paragus saying? Which rule is this?
That's a great question. No socks, no shirt. You're basically on a cyclist right now.
I know.
We'll go up in 10 seconds. Still okay?
Yep.
So that was already a jump. We might be a little aggressive on the protocol, but sometimes what people do is their lactate starts out higher, and then as they go through another stage or two, they're more warmed up. So you can tell that their aerobic system has turned on.
Right.
And that's another good sign of a good endurance athlete.
Not that I know the science behind what happens to me, but I do know it feels to me like it takes a while for me to warm up. Like on group rides, we'll head out, and I just, every ride I'm like, oh, this is going to go so bad. And by minute, 25, I'm like, all right, now I'm finally feeling good.
Everything the way you're supposed to. So are nights your training time, or did you just pick this late time to help your friend Rylan show up here?
Mr. Ryland.
Somebody's got to be around to help put all this stuff together. Good.
That's you, Jen. You're good at it.
I believe the best judge of racing is on video.
But I appreciate the confidence.
That'll be good. I'm always impressed with all the video skills that people have. I don't have those.
The taking the video isn't the hard part. Editing.
What do you
That's the hard part.
I got it.
Yeah.
Still good?
Yep.
You felt that increase then, going up by 25?
Not a whole lot. I felt a
Okay.
touch, but
Okay.
25 watts, I would hope it wouldn't be
So are you
too
controlling
big of a
the video?
jump.
Yes. Yep, right here. Right here. So when I would do these tests at my house, we had the CompuTrainer. And, it was as I was starting to do more tests that CompuTrainer went out of business because these guys
Right.
took over the market. Which is just shocking when,
I know. We grew
they're
up on
just
that.
so used to
know.
what CompuTrainer was.
I didn't realize
Golden
CompuTrainer went out of business. When
If
did
they're
that
not, if they're
happen?
not totally out, they're on their way out. I don't think they.
Well, I could
had
see
any
that. I mean-
resurrection. Mhm.
They never, they didn't update that product. for-
Talk about archaic. Light.
11. Yeah, I like it. It gets the job done, but I mean it's not touch screen. It's
Yeah.
I have to think about each button that I'm going to press because it doesn't come intuitively.
Oh yeah, I mean it's hardwired. Like, there's no Bluetooth involved.
Can you just relax your hand a little bit more? You might be one of those people that get away with a lot more pricks.
Yes.
Your cat bless.
That scares me. I'll stick to the Lancets. But you really do come prepared. He's a great father figure in this relationship.
Who would have thought 15 years ago when I first tattooed you, you'd turn out to be my father?
200.
Bumped it up to 200 watts.
200. Stay home dad of these guys? That's what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Busy.
He's the 1-year-old. He's the 2.5-year-old.
It's definitely over.
All right, we got a couple more. Oh, we got 7. We got JJ Good, Keith, Ben Heiser.
Show up on your
What's
phone.
up, boys? Up on the bottom of that on the screen, you can
He's
see.
got good eyes for an old man.
Nice. Now she's warming up,
Yeah,
taking
right?
some digs.
I like it.
I can't see that. Doing well. Doing well. The fun is just beginning.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Give
Okay,
him a
should
quick.
we try to get a shot on the Facebook Live of her actual table setup
You got that rock out?
so everybody can
It's just your blood.
see what she's working
Give yourself
with?
Yeah.
I wear gloves.
Give yourself a quick plug to Facebook.
So let's go take a look at the table. I'm going to use this just for a second. Take it with me.
There's a button on the back, on the behind you. Yep. That works
So
too.
heart rate's 116. Does that seem about right for this effort?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Getting a little heavier breathing. I like it.
Yep. We're definitely working our way up to the effort.
The plan is always to start easy, so that's what I want when we get going. That's what you said, but that only lasts for so long.
Yep.
It only gets more fun.
Yep, so heart rate's 118.
Yeah, it's been very steady. No real swings in that. That's good. Your last lactate level was 2.7, so you crept up a little bit. By no means was that a substantial jump. job. So it's up to you. Would you have done a morning workout?
You know, I kind of just put them in the day when my schedule fits. Like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I do morning workouts. Wednesdays and Fridays, I do nights. 13, somewhat hard. Yeah, I'm not committed to a
That's
certain
good.
time of day.
You can adapt.
You're back in business.
Back in business. I don't think my finger's cooperating.
I
I think
We can
it's,
slice
you
that
know
thing
what?
out open.
And then as soon as you said that,
Oh, really?
it started to bleed.
I'm a coagulator.
I'm quite comfortable, actually.
Bump you up to 225.
Yes, Paul, it's beginning, brother.
He's been in your shoes. He knows.
What were Paul's numbers? I want to beat them.
They were good. So you know what? You're holding steady. That was 2.8. So you still haven't made a big jump. Good job.
Excellent.
Paul's a tough one to beat. Heart rate's 126. Actually surprised I didn't have to prick you that time.
Anybody have an asthma inhaler I can borrow?
Lift up your
Have you
lung or
ever
something?
used
Yeah.
one?
No.
Just make sure you only do 39 plus, not 40.
Right.
Right?
So we are in the middle of the 4-minute section at 225 watts. Heart rate is
128.
128.
Lactate
Playlist
levels.
is
More importantly.
Follow Me Down by the Pretty Reckless coming up. Lactate levels are
2.1, 2.7, 2.8 as we've gone. So you're holding steady. So you, so 2 to go from 0 to 2 was a jump off the bat.
Right.
But then you haven't really increased since then. Just for reference, I can tell you my numbers off the top of my head. But like I said, I haven't been an anaerobic power person, so I'm at 0.75, for my first 3 stages.
oh, okay.
I'd say I'd see 1s a lot, so 2's a little bit higher than what I'm used to, but it's actually good that where you're at, you're holding steady.
Okay.
So you haven't hit
What's
the
up,
4
Brian?
yet.
Still well below 4.
Let's see. See how long that lasts. Are you feeling a 4 with this next measure?
What's up? Yeah.
We're at a 4? Beautiful. RPE?
13, 14.
We'll go with 14. So 14 was one number below the hard level. And just to make my job easier, I am going to prick you.
Yep.
I know you can handle it. This is December 19th. So close to Christmas. Nobody wants to do tests.
Right,
now.
exactly.
You get bonus points.
Who else we got
3.9.
here?
250, here we go.
Keith, so bumping up to 250 watts right now. Heart rate,
132.
132.
So that was a jump there. You went from 2.8 to 3.9.
So we went 2.8 to 3.9. All right.
So if I had to take a guess at what your threshold is right now, it would be at 225 watts.
Gotcha.
Which you said 230 to 240.
Yep.
Okay. So now we want to see how much work you can do, how high will your lactate get. So I know you can finish this level. Next level,
Yep.
just do your thing.
Once you grab his phone right there, before it falls.
Say that again?
Once you grab his phone.
Step off. Good. Step off. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Strap left. Keep it up, Wes. Loop off till he's on.
Yeah.
Nice job, Wes. You can do it.
Rocco looks like he's having fun as opposed to you. Yes, David.
Like I said, I'm quite comfortable.
All right, let's put a number to how comfortable you are.
15.
15 is hard.
Is it better?
No, it's running. It's running, it's blinking.
You are extra special, like how many times I prick you, but I want to be sure we get a good reading.
We don't mind.
And if I struggle, then Rylan hands me his knife.
Right?
Nice job, Wes. We're definitely going to be over 4. 5.7. Good. 275. Keep going. Keep going. Good. You knew this part of the test was coming. You are doing great. Doing great. Heart rate's 140. Good.
So we're at 275 watts. Heart rate 141. Lactate at 5.7.
Yep. And if you can talk, you can keep going.
I like it.
You have 300 in your future. 3 minutes. Nice job. If you guys can see the scale, it's 6 through 20. Kind of a weird scale for how hard you feel like you're working. This goes back hundreds of years in exercise science world, but before we had heart rate monitors, and I mean, way before the power meters came along, just 6 corresponded with a heart rate of 60, because that's what most people are at when they're resting, and 20 corresponded with 200, because that's what most people are at when they are working as hard as they can go. Most kids, I should say. The older you get, the lower your peak heart rate is. So, 15-second exercise science lesson. I'm definitely not used to doing it on the camera.
You're doing great. Put your shirt on. There's the logo on your shirt.
Velo.
You got this, brother. You got 300 in you.
It's the no recovery. My legs are going to give out before my lungs.
I believe it.
So a lot of people will talk about, you know, I hit 500 watts in this training ride because that was up a hill for a few seconds. When you're doing a sustained test, that 500 watts isn't really relevant for this protocol.
You're just building on it, building on it, building on it.
Doing well. Doing well. Keep going. Should get another good data point here, and then you'll go up to 300. Just keep turning those legs. So put as much as you can, try and stay seated. We'll give you that little boost here and there.
Yep.
But it's when your cadence drops is when test will be over.
$17.
Alright. Reading at 275. Paul did not get this many pricks. You're making me work.
Wes likes a lot of pricks.
I don't feel that bad because I know you've put people through worse.
Yep.
Karma. 7.8. We're doing great, Wes. All right, here we go. So as we get to the end here, it's you go until you can't go anymore. I can see and I can hear it when that cadence is moving slower. But whenever you stop, you stop.
Gotcha.
I'll get your heart rate, and I want to get that last lactate reading.
So we're at heart rate 149, powers 300.
Which is awesome. 300 watts is huge. Hurts me thinking about it. So nice job. Nice job. Nice work, Wes. Heart rate reached 150. Good. Keep going, Wes. Keep turning those legs over. You're a minute in. Nice job, Wes.
iPad, my phone.
What?
iPad.
Good work, Wes. Good work. Good. Way to push it, Wes. Nice job. Making it count here. 300 watts.
Got it.
Nice work, Wes. We're doing excellent. This is what your fans asked to see right now. You're totally delivering. Good work. Good work, Wes. Good work. You're going to go a full 3 minutes before I get that last sample. Nice job. Doesn't have to be the last one, though. So you're in charge here. You're in charge.
Crank it up to
Good
11.
work. Good work.
I'm tapping out.
156. I'll get this last sample here. Nice job.
Well played, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, very well done. Very well done. If you don't look like this at the end of your lactate test, you didn't do it right. I'm going to take you down to 100 watts.
Oh, that'd be great.
I can take it down 50.
Oh,
Not bad for an old man.
12.4.
Tempo run in the
12.4.
morning?
That was a good test. Yeah. Spin off those legs. You'll want to do that. Good.
well, I will say, my legs were giving out before my lungs. But that last minute, and that heart rate, that bump from like 151 to 156, my cardio started tapping too. But man, back in 250, I could start feeling just the muscular endurance. Like a cramp, just a general cramp kind of going like, you haven't done anything this sustained.
Right.
So 250 you were very anaerobic with that 5.7, and then you went 3 more, an additional 2 more levels after that. So it was a good test. This is good data. You're still going to have that flat part of the curve because you were hovering around 2 for the first 12 minutes.
Right.
Your flat part of the curve is a little bit higher than what I'm used to, but I think it makes sense because you are a lot of type 2 muscle fibers, a lot of power, strength and power training. that you
Right,
do.
yeah, I guess this does make sense for what I've been doing currently, which is a lot of strength training.
Well, and we all, even, Rylan, Rocco, and myself who aren't doing
Lots.
anything, we all have lactate circulating in our system right now.
Right.
It's just, not at those accumulating levels because we're not doing a whole lot of work right now. So we want you to have some, and it's there, and now you want to clear that out with the easy spinning that you're doing now.
Yep, yeah, that was good. Yes, for sure the watts, David. Can't even feel a needle.
Well done. Well done.
Kind of forgot about that one, right?
So what I would normally do now is start entering in data. Can I go do that? And you guys are...
Do whatever
Yeah.
you normally do.
So now we're just flushing out the legs. That was... Thank you.
I'll leave so you can say whatever you want about me and the test.
No, only great stuff.
I'm a wall
That
of
was-
weight. I can probably still hear you.
Incredibly hard, kind of what we were talking about earlier, guys. Doing these intervals, but do them as intervals with recovery is one thing. Doing that slow build from 150 to 300 with literally no break. Wow. I don't know if you caught what she said, the way my curve is. Once I hit threshold, I was able to take the remaining part of the ride up pretty steep, which is indicative of the strength training I've been doing, which makes sense. Kind of the short, heavy power, I just don't have the sustainable muscular endurance and that broad FTP. So this is kind of cool to see. Like, I'll be anxious to see this in February when I'm not really strength training and I'm training for the Dirty Kanza.
So are you going to retest then?
Yo, absolutely, because I'll be, the I'll literally be doing a flip-flop.
Yeah,
I mean, right now I'm strength training 6 days a week and doing almost no cardio.
right.
And then to literally flip it the 180 degrees should be interesting to see this test and see where it is.
And
So,
what was your recommendation? 8 to 12 weeks or something? 8 to 10 weeks?
yeah, 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Anything under 8.
So everybody out
Sounded
there-
like-
Everybody out there in Facebook land, that's Michelle, Summit Multisport. We're here at Virtual Velo, we're doing all the testing. We interviewed her yesterday, which is Monday, for the podcast. So if you're interested in what she has to say, a little bit more in depth about the study, definitely check out the podcast on Thursday. So NoLimitsHammerHarder.com/podcast. You can listen to it there, or any iTunes supported podcast app. Go subscribe. Just search for No Limits Hammer Harder. This will be episode 76 that Michelle's in. And then we're also putting together a video of this test, and we'll have a little bit more information from Michelle as well. So if you want some more nitty gritty, some more about what's going on, definitely check out the podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as well as Summit Multisport's YouTube channel. And we'll be putting out more social media links on that soon. Yeah, so check out all that stuff. Good
Thanks
stuff.
for watching,
Good time.
guys. How do we... Oh, hit finish.